It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Conditions across the Ozarks this morning once again are warm. We're in the mid-70s to start, and it's another day with another heat advisory. Heat index values anywhere from 100 to 105 again this afternoon. So we will get into the hot and sweaty details here. Temperatures are going to be warming up to the mid-90s today. Once again, I think we have a high temperature right around 95. A heat advisory is in effect. That's through 7 p.m. this evening. So it's really difficult to find really any relief. Get out early in the morning, late in the evening. But even then, we have high temperatures. Feels like numbers well into the 90s even this evening. So it is going to be another hot one across the region today. And that's why those heat headlines are in place. There is a cold front sitting up to our north. Now, it's not going to bring us cooler weather, but what is going to happen is there will be this boundary where showers and thunderstorms will be able to develop later tonight. I really think most of this is going to fall north of the Springfield area and northern portions of the Ozarks. Primarily, this is going to be for northern Missouri back toward Kansas City, back into southeast Kansas. But a few of our northwestern counties could see some rainfall. If you do, it could come with some heavy downpours as well as some gusty winds. So I do want you to be on alert for some flash flooding as we head into this evening with that potential for rain moving back into the forecast. Hot and above average temperatures, though, will be taking the headlines for the remainder of us here in the Ozarks. And really, that's going to hold true for the rest of this work week's forecast, all the way into the weekend, and probably all the way to the end of the month. It is looking really toasty. So even though we have a heat advisory set to expire at 7 p.m. tonight, it's very possible that the National Weather Service decides to reissue some of these heat headlines in the forecast as we head into the weekend with this sustained hot weather that is impacting our area. We are going to see these very warm low temperatures also remain. That means overnight lows never cool off too much, and that can lead to this increased risk of heat stroke, heat exhaustion, things like that. So be very cautious in the coming days as well. We have some rain chances in the forecast tonight, primarily for our northwestern counties. I told you that. And where those arrive, there could be some gusty winds as well as some super heavy downpours. So today, we're going to be talking about it feels like temperature once again around 105 degrees. Not much change in that forecast. In fact, we may notice temperatures come up slightly again for the weekend. Low temperatures remaining in the mid and upper 70s for overnight numbers. And then each day we will be seeing opportunities for chances of showers and thunderstorms, but they're remaining very low, like 10% chance for a pop-up shower or storm. It's most likely you're going to be dry here for the remainder of this 7-day forecast. Around the country, what's making headlines? Well, it's heat from the central Gulf Coast to the lower lakes. We also have heavy rains, flash flooding, and that severe weather chance that I mentioned for the central plains into the upper Mississippi Valley and the Great Lakes today. That's all along that frontal boundary that I mentioned is draped across the northern portion of Missouri. Out west, we have tranquil weather. However, fire weather is now developing for portions of Northern California into the Great Basin. That is due to lightning storms. So we'll think about our friends out west and hope that the lightning stays at bay. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. Here it is. In 2007, a woman in Florida called 911 3 times because her local McDonald's ran out of which menu item? Do you think, what's the emergency here? Do you think it's A, chicken nuggets, B, a Big Mac, C, French fries, or D, a McFlurry? Well, believe it or not, this was a chicken nugget emergency, apparently. I'm not sure if she was fined, but the woman was reprimanded by local authorities saying, ma'am, an establishment running out of chicken nuggets does not actually qualify as a reason to call 911. But, you know, we've seen it before. Here's another one for you. In 2019, a man in Germany was fined for smuggling what unusual item into the country by hiding it in his pants? Do you think it's A, a live lobster, B, a python, C, a wheel of cheese, or D, a miniature pig? Ah, people, that's all I have to say after these couple of questions that we've had for a few days. Which one do you think a man in Germany was found smuggling into the country? You can let me know your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thanks so much for listening this morning. I hope everybody stays cool today. Take breaks in the air conditioning and get plenty of water. Thanks to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, and Taylor Gruba Chevrolet. Have a great one. We'll chat again tomorrow.